Union Budget for 2023 is the first budget of India's Amrit Kaal. Budget strikes a fine balancing act between creating a growth impetus on one side and desired fiscal consolidation, and all of this in a challenging global backdrop. This budget builds up on the reforms initiated over the past few years with focus on improving India's growth potential and improving the quality of life of its citizens. The budget has also outlined a blueprint for Amrit Kaal, where India not only aspires to be a high-growing economy, but also a highly sustainable and inclusive society. The budget emphasized the focus on green growth or sustainable growth, which would be a big differentiating feature of India's growth over the next several decades. As the world's most populous country and the largest democracy, it's also focused on equitable and inclusive growth. To create a growth impetus, budget's focus remains on attracting manufacturing to India, thrust on capex, targeted consumption supporting measures. When we look at the way taxation has been rationalized and more money has been put in the hands of taxpayers, which will spur consumption on one side and investment on the other side, rationalization, taxation without losing sight of socially desirable spending have been some of the focus area in this budget. I must add that tax reforms, simplification, formalization of the economy, digitalization of the economy, all of this should enhance the tax compliance and tax to GDP ratio of the country over a period of time. On the expenditure side, the government has clearly been focused on increasing the capital expenditure. The next year's outlay is 10 lakh crores against around 3 lakh crores in 2019 or so. As a percentage of GDP, this number has grown from around 1.5% of GDP to 3.3% of GDP. And major outlays within the capex has been on roads and railways, which in turn brings down logistic cost, helping the manufacturing sector. In fact, when we look at the revenue expenditure, the direct benefit transfer surely helps in increasing the effectiveness of the overall expenditure. The budget math is credible with reasonable assumptions, and commitment to fiscal consolidation has been reiterated. Manageable fiscal borrowing should help to crowd in private capex over the medium term. There was special mention on the tourism sector, and also it was very heartening to appreciate the role of financial sector in enhancing the growth potential of the economy. Finance is the lifeblood of the economy, and critical reforms in that area will go a long way in enhancing the growth potential and equitable growth of the country. The event is behind us. Markets' focus will be now back to global cues, monetary policy, and incoming data points. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.